The king in red velvet, a medieval sight, demands a tall bucket of wings in the light. Fidel in his flip-flops, a mop in his hand, is cleaning the grease from this digital land. The chips are all bubbling, the cameras all click. The flashbulbs are making the majesty sick. But Fidel is cooking, his belly is round, as the grease hits the floor with a sizzling sound. Violet and Anna and Irina too are skating in circles with nothing to do. Margarita and Negrita join the parade, on roller skates serving the food that was made. They balance the buckets and chips in the air, with UK flags waving and wind in their hair. They glide past the king with a jerky, stiff grace, as the smell of the chicken fills up the whole place. They walk to the Thames where the water is gray. Jesus is watching from a bench by the shore, as Negrita hides behind a grocery store. Bernie Sanders is there in a coat and some mitts. He's fishing for justice and falling in fits. A man and his son stand quite stiff by the tide, with a placard held high and nowhere to hide. Je suis migrant, the cardboard does say, as the king and the fisherman look the other way. They dance in a row with a stiff, jerky gait, while the king and the fisherman patiently wait. Big Ben strikes the hour with a clang and a thud, as Fidel drags a giant right out of the mud. A beluga for dinner. The king gives a nod, while Irina explains it is technically odd. A nun in a habit appears with a pan. She fries up the whale as fast as she can. The photographers scramble to capture the tail, while the girls wave their flags for the fried winter whale. The king takes a bite as the cameras go blur, and the Thames turns to gravy, or so they aver. Then everyone falls in a heap on the grass, a pile of avatars, wood and some glass. They twitch on the floor in a synchronized flop until the strange music is ordered to stop. Fidel and the girls find a horse made of pine. They climb on its back in a wobbling line. They gallop away to a lake far and blue, leaving the king with his whale meat to chew. The water is still and the textures are flat. Fidel sits on shore in a very tall hat. Violet and Anna are swimming in boots, while Margarita eats square-shaped fruits. They sit by the lake as the sun starts to blink, turning the pixels a neon bright pink. Irina is reading a book made of sand, while Negrita waves at the edge of the land. The horse made of pine starts to sink in the muck. Fidel gives a shrug and a wish for good luck. They stand in a row by the digital deep, as the whole world decides it is time for a sleep.